Oh,
April is calling in from Santa Monica, California. Good afternoon, April.
Hi. First, I'd like to say that I agree with the professor that we are all one human race. That is why I actually would like us to stop even using the term racism and referring to things as racially different and racially constructed, because we are all one race, and that's human. That said, this country that we live in, that is going through what it's going through, was indeed founded on the myth of white supremacy, and I don't understand how teaching that is teaching hate. It's just teaching the truth. I'm married to a white man. I love my white brothers and sisters, and I want us all to do better, and that is why I think it's important that the myth of white supremacy be looked at in full sunlight, and that we acknowledge the fact that within those documents, these founding documents, the Constitution, black people were told, said to be 3/5 of human. All of the wonderful things that came out of the Constitution, the amendments to the Constitution, not the original Constitution, the amendments, these were all things that had to be fought for. And I dare say that no one thinks that women who fought for years for the right to vote hated men. They just also wanted to be at the table with the men.
right,
They did not
right.
the men.
Let me tell you something. First, I appreciate your call, but that 3/5 clause of the Constitution, you really need to look that up, because that is a false narrative. When the Constitution was ratified, it had nothing to do with black people being considered 3/5 of a human being. It had to do with representation in Congress, and it was the non-slaveholding northern states that fought for the compromise, because during that time, each each state was awarded a representative per 30,000 persons. And in the South, they had 600,000 slaves. They were pushing to count their slaves as population. The North would not allow them to do that, to count them as whole people, because it would have given them more representatives in Congress. And so it was a battle over how many representatives they were going to get in Congress. So the people that actually pushed for the 3/5 clause, they were the abolitionists. And so that's something that you can look up. Even Wikipedia gets that one right. And so that bothers me. Like, I was taught, just like you heard it, and I heard educated people, some of them with law degrees, repeating what is a false narrative and a lie that is easily refuted by just going to the research. And so as far as America being a white supremacist